Okay, here we go. Memvav Amid Aleph. Memvav Amid Aleph. We are, I guess, 8 lines from the bottom. First word of line is Chazina. We ended off that they saw Rav Kahana, that he said it all, al Kisei di Kedusha, both the Leishiv and the Shechianu. So just remind yourselves, because it's going to be relevant for the next Gemara. Hopefully we all did Chazara, but if we didn't, or in case you don't remember, there were really 2 steps in the Gemara. The first step was that it says they built the sukkah, they made the Shechianu, and then they went into Yantif. The other step was, the sukkah was built, it was an old sukkah, so Yantif starts and you make the Shechianu. The last step was Rav Kahana said it all on Kiddush. So really what our brain has to be computing is like, wait, you make the Shechianu when you build the sukkah or when you start Yantif? Both. One is one the Chatzchila, one b'diavad.
Does it not discuss the fact that, like, when we say the bracha of Leishe Basukah, that it says when you walk in to sit?
Correct.
But not that you actually sat?
Correct. Well, that happens to be, that is one of the biggest world's wars in Hilchos Sukkah is, what is the word Leishe going on? The Gain held, you walk in for a second. Right. The Gain held, you walk in for a second, you macha bracha.
That's how the Gemara says.
Right. That's what it sounds like. The Mishnah Berurah holds, you walk in, you sit down, you have a Suda, and then you have everything in between. So, good. So now let's get there. Tana Rabban, Hayu lefanav mitzvahs harbe. One has in front of him multiple mitzvahs. This is of the more fascinating lines in the Gemara. I don't know if many people know this. Aimer, you say, Baruch Asher Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam, Sher Kedishanu b'mitzvahs mitzivanu al ha-mitzvahs. Parif, it's like the chevra that say just mach one shackle at the beginning of the day and like just keep on eating, and everything could be a shackle. Says the Gemara, al ha-mitzvahs. Fascinating idea. Of course, we don't do that. Baruch atah Adonai Elokeinu melech haolam she'akol niyeh b'dorei. They literally came out. They were. They came out as they walked out the door. Baruch Hashem. Rav Yehuda Aimer says Rav Yehuda, which of course is what we do. Mevarich al kol achas va'achas b'fnei atzma. No, you make a bracha on each item by itself. Amar Rav Zeira. No, tomorrow night Rav Neicha is giving shir with shwarma that's been sitting in his suitcase from Eretz Yisrael.
You wanted to know where his shawarma was? It's in the freezer.
That's right. No, you keep it wrapped up in the towel.
Oh yeah, no, it's warm with.
There's enough preservatives. It just sits there. Sits and cooks. It cooks.
Avi doesn't hold the machtor.
Amar Rav Zeira. V'itema Rav Chanina bar Papa. Hilchasa. Ki Rav Yehuda, as we all anticipated. We passed like Rav Yehuda. Each item needs its own bracha. We're 6 lines from the bottom. Amar Rav Zeira. V'itema Rav Chanina bar Papa. As you could anticipate, if Rav Zeira V'itema Rav Chanina bar Papa said one din, and now Amar he says the second din, this is going to be a shtickle random. We're going to have a little bit of an ADHD moment. The Gemara is going to just, tangential comment, and then we'll circle back around to our sugya, which is Shechianu Leishe Basukah. So it says Rav Zeira V'itema Rav Chanina bar Papa, my time with Rav Yehuda. What's the reason of Rav Yehuda? Dechsev Baruch Hashem Yoim Yoim. I spoke too quickly. I'll correct myself in a minute. Let's just first get the Gemara. My Akdama was too strong. But either way, says the Gemara. Let me clarify. What I meant to say is not it's going to be tangential. That once we're going to bring the Raya, then that's going to propel us. Okay, let's just forget the Akdamas. Let's just learn it inside. I'll make it easier. Says the Gemara. Where does Rav Yehuda come from when he says that you make a bracha on every mitzvah? We say Baruch Hashem Yoim Yoim. What does that mean? You only make a bracha by day and not by night? Ella ba'leimer lecha. You know what this pasuk is teaching us? This is David HaMelech and Tehillim. Ella ba'leimer lecha. B'chol yoim b'yoim, each and every day. 10 loy me'in. Me'in is from the type of berachos of the brachos. If you look at the last Rashi articulates, Kol Yom B'Yom Me'in Berachos Shel Shabbos me'in shel Shabbos. Shel Chol, me'in shel Chol. Shel Yantiv, me'in shel Yantiv. Which means every day when you bless that day, you bless that type of day. Sunday is its blessing, Shabbos is its blessing, and Sukkot is its blessing. So that's where Rabbi Yehuda's source is. Hachanami bayas, b'chol davar v'davar. Each item, 10 loy me'ein berchaisav. You give it its type of bracha, which means what? That you make a separate bracha on the lulav, on the sukkah, on the shechianu, etc. And not that you make this global bracha of al hamitzvahs, and then you're able to be Uncle Moshe. Now, this is what I meant before when I said it was random. Okay, I jumped the car. Come and see. Shaloi kemidas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is your ADHD moment. Shaloi kemidas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Midas basar v'dam. God is not like man. In what way? Midas basar v'dam. You have a person, kli reikon, an empty kli, sick, right? My cup is 2/3 empty. So how much water can I put in here? 2/3. Pretty simple. If the cup was full, could I put in more water? No. Although, obviously, all our children think that, oh, they just keep on going. There's always a little more room. Right. That doesn't work out. Ah. Surah Taiva, she was discharged. Haidil Hashem. Haidil Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Wow. Wow. Avol. Midah HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem's midah? No. Mole, if you're Phil. I'm sorry. Thank you. One more time. Midas bas v'dam. Kli reikam, if you're empty. Machzik. It holds. Kama. Mole, if the cup is full. Einoi machzik. It doesn't hold. Which is simple. Aval midas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. However, the midah of Hashem is. Mole, if it's full. Machzik, then it could hold. Reikon, if it's empty. Einoi machzik, it cannot hold. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, v'hayan, it will be im shamoya, if you will listen, tishma, then you'll listen. What does that mean? Im shamoya, then tishma. But im lav loy tishma. What that means is, the way that Torah works is, the more you have, the more you could be filled up with. A guy who's empty, you start teaching him Torah, just there's nowhere for it to go. So when you're a kli rake, when you're an empty kli with regard to God, he can't fill you up with anything. But as you get more and more and more full, then you get more and more and more available to take in more. That's the difference between Hashem and between man. Again, man, the cup's full, you can't put more in. The cup's empty, you put more in. With Hashem, the exact opposite. The more full you get, the more you can able to get, which is the reason why sometimes we wonder, like you look at Shas and you say, like, Pashut, how is it Shaykh? It's just too big. And then like to know it, and like you start thinking, like, how is it that there are people that know, and they like, do they forget about time of the day, just brain power? The answer is, I think it's called compounded interest in the world of money, right? Is that it keeps on building and building and building, and then it multiplies by itself. So the more full you are, the more full your brain can be. Davar acher, Dalet Aleph means davar acher, another pshat. Im shamaya biyashan. If you listen to the old stuff, this is a Kinyan moment. We don't have to blame it on Kinyan. We can just blame it on Torah. That's why I say to Rabbi Newman, you didn't do anything. You invented something that was invented before. But look at Rashi. What does it mean in Shemaya B'Yasha? In Zak Rashi, the last white line on the top. Machzir al Talmudcha. If you review Machzir Chazara, you review al Talmudcha on your Torah Sheshomata that you heard. So in Shemaya B'Yashan, if you review that which was old, then what says the Gemara? Then Tishma B'Chadash. You'll be able to hear the new stuff. Look at Rashi again on the second narrow line. Tit chacham. The shirish being chacham as in smart. Tit chacham boy, you'll be wise with it. Lahavin, to understand. Dvarim chadashim, new things. Mitoich dvarim yishanim, from the old things. So the more you chazer, you might say, I'm wasting my time. I need to learn more. No. The more you chazer, the more you know, the stronger the foundation is, the more you can build. Vim yifne levavcha, and if you turn away your heart, which means, we'll see how Rashi translates it, but let's just say simply means you stop learning, you stop reviewing, shuvla zishma, then we can't teach you anymore. But look at Rashi. Rashi is a little bit of a chiddush.
This is the Kinyan.
Yeah, look at Rashi. So I would have learned, like I just translated the Gemara, if you just don't chaser. No, says Rashi. Lihit ya'esh. If you give up hope, al masha lamadita kivar, on that which you learned, meilachzer alav, you say, oh my gosh, we're sitting 46 planets of sukkah, it's pasha not shaykh. I can't chazer it. You give up on what you learned, then shuvlei tishma. You won't be able to hear any more, and the chiddush is you won't be able to even learn the new stuff. You won't be able to learn the new stuff. Okay, that was our chizik of Chazara.
Opposite answer.
What do you mean it's opposite answers?
The first one is saying that if you're full, you can't take more, and if you're empty, you can.
Opposite meaning Hashem's midah to our midah.
No, the two and
No.
davar acher is the exact opposite from first answer.
Oh, what do you mean? It's still saying if you're full, you can take in more.
Because you're learning something you already had. So it's basically saying that if you add on to what you already know, then you'll know more.
Right.
Right.
if
That
If
means
you're full,
if you're
take
full, you take in more. It's the same thing. If you're full,
Before we said if you're empty,
no, before we
that's
said
humans.
that's humans.
right? I'm
If
saying
you're empty, you get nothing.
Right.
No, sorry. If you're empty, you get.
right, but the davar acher is talking about humans.
No. Both are talking about Torah. Let's again one more time. The first line of the Gemara says, if you're an empty cup, let's use water.
For you,
Empty, you fill it up. Aval, midas HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the top line. No, if you're full, mole, you get more.
Right.
What does that mean? Means the more Torah you have, the more you can get. Davar Acher, another shot in Torah. Torah, obviously with regard to humans, but in Torah.
to humans or in regards to Hashem?
No, they all means with regard to humans.
Right.
It means Torah with regard to humans. That's all it means.
So the second shot is saying the more you know, the more you'll be able to know.
That's the same thing as the first shot.
First shot is saying if you're empty, I can fill you.
No, you can't fill you up if you're empty.
No.
Midas HaKadosh Baruch Hu, mole, if you're full.
Kadosh Baruch Hu, the human.
Midas Kadosh Baruch Hu means the way Hashem fills us humans up.
Right.
Doesn't mean we're not filling up God.
Adam is humans without a Kadosh
Yes.
Baruch Hu, without the
It means Sam. It means like this.
Yeah. Basic humans.
Now I can fill it up, but once it's filled, I can't put in more. Midas Kadosh Baruch Hu, with regard to our Midas Kadosh Baruch Hu, it's the term is a little bit of a. It doesn't mean Torah. It just means in spirituality. It's got to, you don't have to limit it to Torah. It's really all spirituality. We can say this in Chesed. You could ask any guy who does Chesed, how in the world does he have time to do all the Chesed? It's the same thing. The more he does, somehow, no one knows how, just the more he's able to do. It doesn't actually make sense.
Life than when you have nothing to do all day.
That's
Nothing-
also true.
nothing
That's also true.
And
It's also
kind of
true.
a lot of
But
people
Tola
don't
maybe
know.
the Shiamu.
Rip
Yes.
it up.
Yes.
Was it in Sukkah or could be in Brach where it brings Midas Kadosh Baruch Hu and it's greater than Midas Adam? When it comes to like a seller, he sells it and he has charata. I think it's something that he sells. But Hashem, he doesn't have charata. He's like happy to give over his Torah to.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know where it is. I'm guilty of the Gemara.
If
After
you
Chazar.
go in Sukkah or in
Might be Brachas.
Yeah, I don't remember where it is. I don't know. I want to give an answer, but I don't know, so I'm not going. Weiter, sagt der Heilige Gemara. Again, we're gonna, just because tomorrow night we have a full night of Chazara, we're going to go weiter. Miyad Tinaikis. The Mishnah ended with a fascinating line. The Mishnah said that from the hands of children, they grabbed the lulav and ate the esrog on the last day of Yom Tov. And we were like, what in the world does this mean? And Rashi just told us there's no gezel and weiter. So, what's going on here? Says the Gemara. Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Esrog b'shvi'i. Esrog on the 7th day of Sukkot. Aser. It's aser. What do you mean it's aser? Look at Rashi. Aser le'achila. So what's going on over here? We're talking about. Oh, so why is it us? You're asking a kasha. Good kasha. But the Gemara is saying Rabbi Yechon holds even, and look at Rashi. Rashi articulates what you just said. Again, we're about 10 lines into Rashi. Va'afilu la'achar shiyatzaba. It's the last day of Yontif. It's Shmini Atzeres. You took your esrog, you're done. So you think about it. Take it, throw it in a pot, and cook some esrog jam for lunch. No, it's ulcer. As we're going to see, the reason. But Bishmini, on the 8th day of Sukkot, then mutter. Okay, Sukkah. With regarding the Sukkah, afilu bishmini ulcer. Even on the 8th day, it's ulcer. Now, just what are you using your Sukkah for?
Not to eat.
Actually, look at Rashi. No. Because
To eat
you
it.
might be right.
Take it apart.
Rashi says lahasaka for firewood. The reason Rashi says that you all might be right also, because Rashi is looking for a direct comparison in utilizing the item for personal benefit. Now, you all might be right also. What if there's a tarp in it and it creates a structure? Can I sit in? I'm also getting benefit. But this is the simplest example is a sukkah allowed to be used is firewood. Gavaldik, yontav ends, throw it in the oven. Okay.
Right, he's saying
The
in
Gemara
a way
shop at Sukkah Depot.
I mean, who could
Firewood.
afford to use it?
to destroy the sukkah.
Not just destroy it. To destroy it, maybe to use it for personal benefit. That's the nikud.
How do we
Operation.
use it on Celestial or we don't?
We have to see. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of the questions that are quote unquote usages. Oh, what do you mean? I use it as an extra area of my house. I make kiddush in there. Let's focus on the Gemara's usage. All those areas have tires about them. The Gemara's usage is you finish it's firewood. That's Rabbi Yochanan. For Rish Lakish Amar Esroig Afilu Bishvi, as Avi you pointed out. Nami Mutter Mabaya. You finished the mitzvah, so you're done with it. Eat your esrog. So we have a machlokes. What is the status of the esrog and the sukkah on day 7 and on day 8? Says the Gemara, "B'maika mifligi." What's the machlokes? What is this machlokes? Explains the Gemara. Mar savar lemitzvasa iskatsoi. For the mitzvah, it is set aside. We'll explain what that means in a moment, and I'll tell you who's who. Umar savar l'kule yoima iskatsoi. For the whole day, it's set aside. So who is who? Rabbi Yochanan, who said that even after you take your lulav and esrog for the mitzvah tzilasser, he is the second mandamar. L'kule yoima iskatsoi. And the first mandamar is Reish Lakish. Now, let's explain the difference. It's a lulav, it's an esrog. What is it? It is a mitzvah. The question is, let's creep into our minds. When you take that lulav and esrog before Yontif, and you put it in your box, you put it on the side, what are you thinking? Are you thinking it's a mitzvah? Are you thinking, I'm not using this item? Meaning, is it like, oh, I need an extra esrog for the jam, go grab the one that you used in shul this morning? That would be mitzvah skatzoi. I set aside it for a mitzvah, but I could use it for personal benefit afterwards, or no, it's not in my world. Let me say a little bit better. It's not pshat. What are you actually thinking? Pshat is in the lumdis, in the understanding of what a mitzvah is. When I set aside something, let's just think about this together. When I set aside anything, why did I set it aside? Is it now it's a mitzvah in exclusion to everything else, or no? It's a mitzvah, but the moment I finish the mitzvah, I can use it for myself. Why not? Like we could play out both sides. On one hand, you could say, of course, it's totally set aside for anything else. What else am I thinking? On the other hand, it's what do you mean that's ridiculous? Well, as soon as I finish the mitzvah, do what you want with it.
Like truma.
Yeah, again.
Designated.
Yes.
Designated.
Yes.
That's it.
So again,
In my head, I designated it the whole. This is my sukkahs.
yes.
I'm putting
So
it
that's
in
one
for
head.
Sukkahs for the
That's
whole
it.
Sukkahs.
Good.
Once sukkahs is over, then I
Correct.
have no need for
Correct. So that would be the tzad that it's l'kulei. It's fine. On the other hand, one could hear the ideology of, oh, it was a mitzvah. The moment I finished the mitzvah,
It's the whole day.
but once you're yaitz in the mitzvah, oh, so what are you saying? Speaking of what you're saying, Oh, very good, very good. That would be the nafkamina. Very good. Is that you did the mitzvah? Very good. But who said that this item is no longer still a potential mitzvah?
Another nafkamina.
Yeah.
If I'm using it for personal use that isn't going to destroy it, like eating it, I can't think of an example.
No, well, we had a case like that. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Everything, meaning,
An idea.
could you use it, but it still will retain its good. So that is the
You
machlekes.
can use it as the summon.
Good. Yeah.
No, I mean like on day 2, using your esrog as a paperweight or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. So meaning if it's got soy and gansin entirely, then even if it would very good. Very good. So that is the machlekes Rabbi Yochanan, Rish Lakish. What is the lulav of an esrog set aside?
Other nafkamina would be like people like over there where you have in your basement you secretly have 100 esrog, and it's not your esrog for your mitzvah. It's just like an esrog.
No. There you can get a little complicated. Somebody's selling it, right? Selling it a little
They're
bit
no longer
complicated.
selling it.
Oh, you no longer.
Who's selling an esrog on day 4?
I don't know if someone needs an esrog.
Okay, fine,
Who's
yeah.
that guy?
Yeah, but
I guess it's
no, the reason I'm saying is because as soon as it got in the world, by the way, these lashonis of iskat soy, this is really how muksa works.
So,
Muksa works in how much it's out of your mind. But okay, Isvei Reish Lakish Rav Yech.
No, he wouldn't have extra esrog if he walked.
That's it. We're starting.
I get mine.
That's
I get
it.
mine for free.
No, we're starting now. Next year's mechira. We're gonna be the first. We're gonna be the earliest purchase of an esrog ever.
Times if you want to sell.
Isvei Reish Lakish. With that sticker.
No, mine. They send me a nicer box. They don't put a sticker on mine. They know which one's mine when it comes.
No,
Open the
I mean the tax sticker.
Oh,
That's
So the-
yeah.
Every porn I bought, I got a.
They print the stickers in
Really?
the basement.
yeah.
Isvei Reish Lakish Rav Yechanan
I'm not.
asks Reish Lakish to Rav Yechanan. Nachmal.
They should tell people.
Reish Lakish says that it's mutter on the 7th day. Rav Yechanan says it's aser. Ask Reish Lakish. Our Mishnah, with this we're going to conclude. Miyati noikoi shemtines lulveihem. What did the Mishnah say? You grab it from the children, v'oichlin esrogehen, and you eat it. So 1 second. The Mishnah said it's the last day of Yontif. You're grabbing the esrog and you're eating it. So it's true, it said children, but the first suggestion of the Gemara is, my love, huadin l'gedailim. Children, adults, it means when the yontif, when the mitzvah finishes, you're allowed to eat it. So Reish Lakish asks Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yochanan hold you can't eat it. How are you allowed to say that? So what's the teretz? We all can anticipate. Loi tinoikos dafka. The Mishnah meant specifically children.
The children are the ones eating it.
It was the
Somebody-
children
esrog.
esrog, meaning it wasn't really an esrog.
Ah.
But if it was a gadol's esrog, yeah.
It's the lemon and celery trick.
Yeah. Good. Everyone knows the real trick is you buy the chinuch set for the adults because they're all kosher. But you know what I'm saying. That's a different story. Ika diamri, zok the heilige gemar. No, but they're not mehuder, and we spend money on mitzvahs. Ika diamri. One more lashon. Yeah, again. So again, the kasha was the Mishnah says you grab it and you eat it, which shows us that what you're allowed to eat it on the last day. So that was Reish Lakish's kasha to Rav Yochanan. Rav Yochanan said you're not allowed to eat it. Answers the Gemara, no. Ika diamri. Ika diamri means another lashon, which usually just means we're going to flip it around, as you'll see. Eisvei, Rav Yochanan, the Reish Lakish, the exact opposite. Miadati noikish shamtin esleveim. From the children they grab So if Rav Yochanan is acting Reish Lakish, tinoikos in gedailim loy. So seemingly it means only tinoikos. Why? Because gedailim it will be aser. Responds the Gemara, no. Hu adin dafilu gedailim. It's the same din. Again, mamish the exact opposite way of learning. But now we just have to spell out if it's the same din. So why did the Mishnah say tinaikos? The kash that's bothering all of you. If it meant tinaikos, it meant children.
Point to Rish Lakish, then now
That's the answer.
you can-
Correct. So, but why does it say children? That's the normal case. That if you want to make esrog jam, where are you going to start? You start with the kids' esrog. Stop over here tomorrow night. Reb Menachem will be fearing Tish, and let's well, it's got a lot from yesterday. Okay, Siyata Dish.